It is no longer news that Abba Kyari, a deputy commissioner of police and the immediate past head of the IG Intelligence Response Unit, was indicted in the FBI's investigation and trial of Raymond Abbas Olorunwa, popularly known as Hushpuppi. The FBI, in a document it made public days back, alleged that Hushpuppi, who is under prosecution for charges including fraud and money laundering, paid DCP Kyari 8 million naira to arrest Vincent Chibuzo, his estranged ally. Hushpuppi and his Kenyan partner, Abdurrahman Imran Juma, had planned to defraud a Qatari of $1.1 million.
What makes the indictment very sad is that Abba Kyari has been fingered to have received financial gratification from the notorious Hushpuppi to incarcerate at his whim and caprice a fellow scammer who goes by the name Chibuzo Vincent.
It is clearly a minus to such a bright police officer who is highly respected and regarded both within the security community and even outside security communities.
Now, what is very sad about it is that this is an example of a scammer using the institution of the police to harass, intimidate, and to imprison at will a fellow scammer because of a deal that has gone bad.
The security authorities are always doing the bidding of the rich. If you have big pocket, you can instruct them to oppress a poor person and they will do it without blinking an eyelid.
Popularly called Super Cop, the former head of the IRT is now under intense scrutiny for bringing the name and image of the Nigerian police to disrepute.
The fact that Abba Kyari has dragged the entire Nigerian police through the mud. And there is no better way to say it that the Nigerian police has suffered international and global scandal and shame as a result of the involvement of Abba Kyari with the notorious Hushpuppi.
DCP Kyari, who is wanted by the FBI, has now been suspended by the police hierarchy pending when investigation is carried out to determine Nigeria's next line of action. But what are the legal implications if the federal government agrees or decides not to extradite him to the US?
This case is happening at a time when we have the Sunday Igboho's case and the Nnamdi Kanu's case. And we are going to witness the double standard of this present administration. Because in the case of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho, the Nigerian government has touted the extradition protocol as the basis for which these people were either brought back to Nigeria or they are going to be brought back to Nigeria. And so we want to see how the government is going to test this aspect of law.
For this kind of organized crime that entails huge financial transactions between a private individual and a public officer, should the banking sector also come under the spotlight for enabling illicit financial transaction?
I think it would be unfair to indict the banks that are involved in all of this. There's no way that will work. It's like, I am a police officer. How can I investigate myself?
Since Nigeria has an extradition treaty with the US, what legal procedures are required to carry out the extradition of a Nigerian citizen to the US?
They have to apply, and then it's going to be a judicial process. The matter will be taken to Federal High Court, I think, and then they have to produce the evidence with which they have found him indicted, and the court have to look at whether there is any previous trial and conviction for that same offense, or whether there has been a previous investigation on it. I mean, there are issues that the court will have to consider.
As the saying goes, a suspect is innocent until proven guilty. Are there legal steps Kyari can take in order to prevent his extradition?
Abba Kyari may also put up such a legal fight that may want to delay the process. He may want to bring an action, preempting them, stopping them from extraditing him and all that. Before, if he loses at the lower court, he goes on appeal. Yeah, if he loses on appeal, he goes to Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the substance of the matter has not even been initiated.
Some analysts and legal practitioners have argued that since the offense Kyari is being accused of was committed on Nigerian soil, the federal government must not cower to the demand of the United States. But what will the implications be if the federal government refuses to hand Mr. Kyari to the FBI?
If there is anything we're expecting from America, America may now begin to use it to deny all such, assistance or help, either, economic help or whatever they want to do, or even arms, selling us arms and all that. They may use this as an example why they should not in any way cooperate with Nigeria in whatever we require from them. So it may cost us something if we begin to, go that route.
The implication, if Nigeria fails to carry through on this, is that our relations with the United States might be affected because it might shift to a diplomatic war. It might shift from the courtroom to diplomatic circle. The American government might look at options of sanction against the Nigerian government. They might look at other coercive means of ventilating their grievance against the Nigerian government foot dragging on the matter.
Without a doubt, the allegations leveled against one of Nigeria's most decorated and highly revered intelligence officer is a stain on the integrity of the nation. To prevent another Hushpuppi Kyari situation from happening in the future, legal experts offer some advice on the important and necessary steps to be taken.
We should not allow that to continue to happen. We must have a country that have a standard. Nigeria does not have a standard. Let's begin to build standard. And that can only come from true leadership that will emerge through an electoral system that is free and fair.